This is just a period of your life. This isn't your fixed reality. Reality is ever changing. Even if you are going through something painful, you can rest assured that this painful moment isn't eternal. I acknowledge that being in a relationship is really beautiful and having that connection is great, and it's sad when that goes, and I understand if you want to be in another relationship, and I understand if you crave that really close connection. But at the same time, there is nothing more beautiful than being connected to yourself, and sometimes relationships can actually cloud that connection and break that connection to the self, because it's so easy to kind of become one as opposed to two separate identities. Now is the time for you to focus on what you want. Hello my beautiful people, I'm Alessia, and today we're going to be talking about how to feel better after a breakup. I'm specifically making this video for women just because I feel like as women there is so much more than just grieving a breakup. There's grieving that loss of male validation. I think there's also that shame of being single, depending on what age you are. But I do think women are very much pressured from quite a young age to get into a relationship. And there's that kind of feeling of success when you are with someone or when you are desired by somebody. I think as women we're very much taught to seek validation from others as opposed to self-validation. This is something that you can hone in on. Now you're single, you can hone in on self-validation and doing things to make you feel good as opposed to trying to look good for your partner. I just really want to quickly say, you're probably feeling really, maybe all over the place is not the right word, but your emotions are probably fluctuating a lot. In my experience, there are highs and lows after a breakup, and those lows can be really low. And that feeling of loneliness and being scared certainly crop up. And I found meditation really useful when things all got a lot and I had those kind of anxious spells. I really do encourage you to meditate, even though I know it can sometimes feel extremely confronting because you are sitting alone. So if you're feeling lonely after that breakup, it might seem like meditating is the worst thing to do, but I promise you, doing those deep breaths and recognizing that the thoughts that you're feeling now are just grey clouds that are going to pass and that the blue sky is going to be out again can really help you shift your mood and shift your mindset on this whole breakup and this whole period of your life. And that's something else I want to say. This is just a period of your life. This isn't your fixed reality. Reality is ever changing, and that's the beautiful thing. Even if you are going through something painful, you can rest assured that this painful moment isn't eternal. It's going to end, and you are going to feel good again. And there are opportunities for you to feel good right now. You just need to grasp them. Obviously, honor your feelings, take time to grieve, open up, cry. Crying is not a bad thing. Too many people have been taught to stop crying and hide their tears and bottle it up, cry lots. But also know that there are things you can do to brighten your days up, to fill your cup up, to connect with other people. Connecting with other people is so important. When I've gone through breakups in the past, it can feel like my whole reality has been turned upside down and that I need to find a new way to function and exist. And I think that's probably because I was kind of codependent. I think self-reflection is really important. Writing your thoughts and feelings down and getting them out of your head is certainly something I'd encourage if you're going through a breakup, or if you're just a human in this world who's experiencing things, which you are. So yeah, getting those thoughts out of your head and freeing them so it's not just, existing up here. You're going to be going through this transitional period where you're learning to self-soothe and exist on your own without that kind of partner attached to you. And yes, that's going to be scary, but that actually might mean that you create a reality for yourself that is far more exciting. It might mean that you do things that are out of the ordinary for you. And it might mean that you meet new people and you challenge yourself. And yes, that might mean that you're in a period of a lot of discomfort, but that doesn't mean that you're not going to be having those really exciting moments. And when we go through these periods of change, we do come out the other end stronger, and our life tends to level up off the back of that. The amount of times I've seen this being spoken about on social media and on TikTok and stuff. It is a thing, particularly when women go through breakups. They tend to glow up a bit. I don't mean physically, I mean sure, get your hair cut and stuff, all that breakup stuff. That's great, whatever you need to do. But I do think we have like that internal glow up. It's very easy to be comfortable in your relationship, isn't it? And to just watch TV and not challenge yourself. And that can be really nice, don't get me wrong. But I think the beauty with being single is you do end up putting yourself out there more because you don't have that kind of person to be lazy with as your comfort blanket. If there is a job that you would love to have, a dream life that you'd love to create, now is the time. Isn't that so exciting? Now, if you're somebody who really leans on external validation, on male validation to feel good about yourself, I think this breakup will be particularly hard for you because, well, you don't have that constant source of, I'm attracted to you, let's go on dates, you look beautiful. That's been cut off. So you might feel less good about yourself right now. You might feel less good about your appearance. But I think you should use this as an excuse to explore why you feel proud to be yourself, why you're proud of who you are, your personality. Focus on learning to lean on self-validation rather than male validation and external validation. I want you to know that it's not your fault that you gravitate towards leaning on that rather than self-validation. You know, we grow up watching these films where we're taught that we are successful if we're in a relationship, that we're successful if men find us attractive. We are really, really led to think these things that, you know, we need to be really beautiful, we need to be in a relationship, and that we're useless without, you know, a man by our side. And it's just all so unfair because we are beautiful, strong, creative, caring women that can look after each other and thrive on our own. We really can. And also, you know, I acknowledge that being in a relationship is really beautiful and having that connection is great, and it's sad when that goes, and I understand if you want to be in another relationship, and I understand if you crave that really close connection, but at the same time there is nothing more beautiful than being connected to yourself. And sometimes relationships can actually cloud that connection and break that connection to the self, because it's so easy to kind of become one as opposed to two separate identities. Now is the time for you to focus on what you want to eat, what you want to do, what you want to wear, what you care about. Low self-esteem is so common after a breakup. When we get used to that kind of constant source of compliments and closeness, it can completely disrupt our sense of self. And I want you to know that's so normal. If you don't feel confident in yourself right now, that's okay. And I want you to know that you are going to value yourself again. And I actually think now is the chance for you to value yourself even more than you ever have done before. You've got that freedom to really do some self-exploration and to try new things. Do you know what? Because you're going through this breakup, I think you need to practice acceptance. Acceptance that you are going to be hurting for the next few days, weeks, maybe months. You need to allow time, and you need to allow yourself to cry and grieve. Accept the emotions. This is something that I've been speaking about with my clients. I do self-love and decentering men coaching. If you want to work with me, by the way, my email's in the description. Yeah, this is something I say to my clients. The most painful thing you can do is fight how you're feeling, is fight your emotions. That's so painful. If you're feeling upset and you've gone through something like a breakup, you need to allow space for those emotions. You need to watch over them and observe them rather than try to get them to stop and go away. You can't fix that. You can't fix a feeling. You can feel a feeling, and that will allow you to process that feeling and then in the future move on, but you need to allow that feeling to be felt. And practicing observing that feeling is the best thing you can do. Like you do a dog in a park. You watch it and you're gentle with the dog and you let it do its thing. Just know that with time, wounds heal. And once those wounds heal, we become closer to ourselves and the people around us. I'm sure right now, certain people are standing out to you, people that are really showing up for you. When we go through breakups, we really get to see who our true friends are. And if you don't feel close to anyone and people aren't really supporting you, I'm really sorry, but please know that I'm here. You can comment in the comment section now and we can chat this through. And you know, people on this channel are so lovely. We've got a lovely community. I really encourage you all to support each other. You can make friends in the comment section, friends with people that are going through what you're going through. I really want you to create space for feeling down. Imagine a big open field. Imagine all the negative emotions just existing in that field. You need to create that field of space. Allow the emotions to be felt and trust that in time, those feelings in that field will float away, and then it'll just be you stood in the middle of the green field, feeling happy and joyful. Visualizations can really help us. Visualizing all the negative feelings you're feeling now as a cloud. Imagine it existing over your head. It's going to flow away. See it going away. Going back to what I was saying earlier, now that you are single and you've got more time on your hands and more freedom to do things for yourself, you can now conquer the things that you once put to the side, that you once thought, not right now, I want to spend time with my partner. What have you been putting off doing? Whatever it is, you can do it. You can focus on those new things, those new projects. Maybe you fear being alone. Maybe you immediately are thinking about kind of dating and going on those dating apps. I think your focus should be on doing what makes you feel good and focusing on what your passions are and focusing on connecting with like-minded people. And you're going to meet those kind of people by doing things that feed your soul. Like if you're really into art, go to a pottery class. The last thing I want to say before I end this video is you need to be kind to yourself. Right now, you'll be, I'm sure, feeling so many different ways. You'll be worried about maybe what you're going to do at the weekend, worried about being on your own. You'll be worried that your friends don't get it and that you can't speak about the breakup too much because you don't want to burden them. There'll be lots going on, I'm sure. And I want you to know that that's normal and that you're not alone and that you have communities like this one, this YouTube space, to connect with people and speak about your feelings on. This community is very much here for you. But yeah, you're going to be having that negative internal dialogue. That's just so normal. It really is. And maybe you'll be thinking, oh, I wonder if, they're happy that we've broken up. I wonder how they're feeling. I wonder if it was a mistake. Your mind might be going places and overthinking. If you just be as gentle and kind with yourself as possible, just be like, actually, no, I know that this is the right thing. I need to be gentle and kind and give myself time. I did this for a reason. I'm now in that kind of panic state. I'm going to honor that. I'm not going to judge myself for not getting over it quickly. And I'm not going to say that I'm an idiot and that I'm useless without my partner. I'm just going to say, this is a time for grieving. This is a sensitive time. And go me for kind of sitting with that and waking up every day and having that shower and making myself food and just facing it and owning it. Just because the relationship didn't work out doesn't mean that you're a bad person. Doesn't mean that it's your fault. It's a reflection of the relationship, not you. When you find yourself starting to overthink things and your mind just starts to panic and you get that urge maybe to message your ex, when really deep down you know that's not right, I encourage you to meditate, to read a book, to do things that occupy your mind or keep your mind not in control, because meditation is not about control. It's about feeling centered and present in the moment. I'm going to leave you to do your research on meditation and how to meditate. I really encourage you to lean on that whilst you're going through this breakup, because that really helped me in the past. But also just making sure that you keep your mind busy when you do feel the urge to overthink by reading and reaching out to friends, and stay off social media if you can. Do not go and look at their Instagram. That is just self-punishment. That is really the worst thing you could do. It's like kicking yourself. Stay off social media if you can. Do the things that you know fill your cup up, and be gentle with yourself and know that this is not the end. This is just the beginning of your exciting journey and your exciting life. Please like, share, subscribe and comment. Know that you can reach out to me. You can comment down below now. I do self-love and decentering men coaching. So if you'd like to chat with me, my email is in the description box below. Email me if you want to know any more details. Sending you so much love.